What's up, guys? We're starting something new today. It's going to be called a hunt breakdown, and it's basically just an analysis of a hunt. We're going to be doing this in the future, with turkey videos, whitetail, anything we're hunting. This is different from our traditional series where we're putting out one video a week. These are just going to kind of be off-season work where we just, like I said, we're just going to explain the hunts. And it's not our traditional video style, but it is a cool way to still show you all kills, talk about techniques, and just kind of break it down for you all. So today we got Zach Markham with us, and he's going to go over his 2 turkey kills, one he killed and one his wife killed from last spring. So let's get started.
So our main goal starting out the 2018 turkey season was to get Shelby her first turkey. That was a little more complicated than what we thought. Anything could go wrong, it went wrong, which that's normal in the turkey woods, it seems like. But the evening before our opening day, we went out and roosted some turkeys. We had 3 birds roosted across the holler from us. So the next morning we're all excited. We get in there, get set up on these birds. 2 of them fly off the roost and goes the opposite direction. 1 bird lands and starts coming to us. So my blood's pumping, her blood's pumping.
He's in the road, don't move. He's coming around the road right now.
And we're set up on an old road. This bird comes in and does the craziest thing. He comes in to about 60 yards, and as you can see on video, I thought the bird was coming. And he sees the decoy and he turns and goes the opposite direction. I don't know if the decoy was supposed to be coming towards him. So that was kind of our adventure that day. It didn't work out for us.
Okay, so that hunt didn't work out. So what happened after that?
So Shelby's hopes got real high there on that hunt, and obviously she was let down. If you turkey hunt, you're going to get let down a lot, but that one time it makes up for it. So we go out a couple more times. Wasn't able to capitalize on anything. Heard birds about every time we went, but then she got a little bit busy, and I was able to slip off and go on my own with a buddy of mine, Keith Alfrey. And so we go, and lo and behold, there's a turkey. You couldn't have wrote it out any better. This bird comes in, we locate him, he comes in on a string, he puts on a show for the camera.
As far as that setup, did you all locate that bird on the roost? Was it a late day bird? Was it early?
We actually took off, and we got on a couple birds that morning that just wouldn't. When they hit the ground, it's normal turkey woods. They hit the ground and they hush. They go the opposite way, gobbling, stuff like that. But we was able to get on that bird it was not around 9 o'clock, and we'd heard him earlier that morning, but he was way off in the distance. But we kind of ignored him. It was just one of them birds you hear, and he's gobbling, but he's way off. And but we started working some other birds, and we actually was moving closer to this bird, and he stayed in that same area all morning long. He was gobbling. If a crow would fly over and make a racket, he's gobbling at it, and it just kind of got our attention. And I told Keith, I was like, man, that bird he's bound to be hot. He's gobbling all that time on his own. So we actually started fooling with him and see what he would do, and we both determined real fast that bird's worth walking to.
Yeah.
So we took off after him, and we walked down this long ridge towards him. We was locating as we went, and we finally got to where we thought he was, and he wasn't saying much. And then all at once he just fires up, and when he fires up, he's probably 100 yards over the hill, and we're in perfect position in a little gap, and he's thundering. Well, we get set up, and Alfred's running the call and the camera, and he's done a great job on this. He calls this bird up, and as you can see on the footage, I've got 30 minutes or close to it of footage of this bird, and he's 35 yards from us, strutting back and forth, and most birds would have bugged out and left, but Alfred kept his attention with that call and was able to keep him up on that flat with it. It was a miracle. But the reason that I wasn't shooting is because I'm about 20 feet to the right of the video camera, and I'm not able to shoot, and it's wide open from the video, but I don't have it. I don't have that shot. And every time this bird comes up to one little area and he gets into my scope, and then he turns and goes back. And he'd done that for 15 or 20 minutes, and finally Alfred was able to coax him in there another step or two, and I was able to pull off a shot on him.
I could have killed that bird 10 times.
Every time he popped his head out, I could do it with him. Man. So after I got that bird down, and I was a little iffy of bringing it home. There wasn't very much picture taking going on because that was supposed to be her bird. But me and Shelby get back together and are able to go over to this same tract of land that me and Alfred had been on and heard all these birds. So we hunt a few days there, and it's just, normal turkey hunting stuff. We called in a few birds, wasn't able to, they hang up on us or whatnot. There was one bird in particular that he was raring and ready to go. He come running in on us flying, and we was kind of stuck. We was fouled right in the middle of the road. But we jump over the bank, and I get Shelby in position, what I think she might be able to pull off a shot. And this bird comes in. He comes into about 15 yards, and he's standing there. And like I said, this is Shelby's first time turkey hunting. This is really her first time shooting shotgun. She don't really know what she's got in her hands. She's used to bow hunting, and if there's sticks in the way, if there's not a clean, clear shot, you don't shoot. Well, this bird pops up, and from my point of view, with the camera, I mean, it's head motion time, and there ain't no head motion going on. Well, this bird starts putting. I start saying, shoot, shoot, shoot. We have a little interaction there where Shelby says a few choice words, and I ask her why she don't shoot, and she said there was twigs in the way. I said, Shelby, I got to show you something here. I said, do you see these twigs? She said, yeah. I said, you can shoot through them. I said, you have a shotgun, honey. I said, this ain't a bow, this ain't an arrow. I said, if you see its head, shoot. Well, she kind of took that to heart. And whenever a few days later, we get back up on that same tract of land, and there's a bird that me and Alfred had fooled with a week prior to that and wasn't able to get. And I knew what this bird was going to do from that episode me and Alfred had with him. So this bird starts gobbling at about 10 o'clock in the day. Me and Shelby go over and get on him. And like I said, me and Alfred had hunted him a week before that, and he actually circled us for no good reason whatsoever, but just because he wanted to. So I knew that bird was going to do that. And we get set up in the right position this time, and this bird hangs up on us, and he's stuck on a knob, and he is gobbling his brains out. And I'm calling, and he's gobbling. I shut up. He still gobbles. This goes on for probably 30 or 45 minutes. And the bird has a beautiful little gap to come through with a road that goes right through it. And instead of doing that, he drops over the bank into a rock pile where you'd never dream that he's going to come from. Well, I spot the turkey. He gives one gobble down in the rock pile to just miraculously let us know that he's down in there, because I'm looking for him to come out the little ridge line right to us. And so I spot the turkey, and I tell Shelby, I said, you're going to have to swing. So she swings and gets set up different, pointing over the hill. And I forgot to tell her, wait for the bird to come up into the road. The original setup we had there, I had some landmarks for her that I'd already spotted and showed her, you can shoot here, you can shoot here, you know, trying to give her a general idea of where to shoot and where not to shoot. Yeah. So I didn't do that once she switched her point of view. And the bird pops up, you can see its head. I said, do you see it? And she says, yes. I said, okay. I said, shoot whenever you get ready. Well, she took the whole, when you see the head in your scope, you can shoot thing to heart. This bird was coming, and he had no idea we was on the planet. And he pops up there, and he's strutting right over the bank. Well, all of a sudden, the gun goes off, and it rolls the leaves up. The turkey flops. And I jump up to try to run and help her get it, because she don't know really to run and get it. And my leg is dead asleep. Like I could cut it off, it's gone. So I tell her to go get the bird, and she runs over, and she's a little skeptical of reaching and grabbing it because it's flopping and she don't know what's going on. So I tell her to grab it, and she finally reached down and kind of got a hold of it, and I made it over there to her to help her, but it was just comical because she really took the, when you see it in the scope, to heart. I mean, she laid the hammer on him. That's the first bird, I guess, called in with Keith Alfrey's mouth calls he just started making. He was pretty tough. He come up the hill pretty quick, and then he hung up over the road, across the drain from us. This is Shelby's first turkey. We've had a couple good days running and gunning, trying to get one for her. Just couldn't make it happen. This one here actually come in and just about fooled us too. He come up, had a real pretty swag to come through. He decided to come up the bank right beside us. We was able to get turned around and get a little bit of footage of him, and she made a good shot through some thick stuff. We'll get him tagged and get him off this mountain and go show him to Alfrey and everybody. So right there it is, Alfrey. But we had a pretty successful turkey season after all the mishaps and the things went wrong, but it all panned out in the end, and we was able to both get birds, and then obviously I hooked up with Kirk and Alfrey there, and we was able to pull off a double later on in the season. That was awesome. So it all worked out.